Have you ever pressed undo and then felt instant relief? So normal now. Control Z, unsend email, delete for everyone. But just one generation ago, mistakes stayed for everyone. You couldn't erase them. You had to live with them. So what happens when a single key makes regret optional? Today we're going to dive into this philosophical notion of living in a world where we can just undo a lot of things. So if that piques your interest, come along.
Welcome to the insides of my logbook while doing a PhD in AI. I'm hoping that you think, I hadn't thought about it like that. This technological undo button actually started quite a few years ago, and it first appeared in 1970 on the Xerox, I think it's PARC systems. Here's a picture of it. I didn't know what it was. I found this with my research. It was revolutionary. It became this safety net for creativity. Before that, typing errors meant starting over. Tipex stained paper. I remember in high school all of my paper were full of these white marks, and they were kind of like small confessions. Every correction was visible, a mark of effectively the human hand. But once computers arrived, this mark of correction actually became invisible, and now undo is effectively everywhere. From emails to design tools, even to spoken transcriptions, as well as all of our messaging apps. It's been built into our behavior now. We write, we delete, we rephrase, often before the thought actually even fully exists. So undo changed how we thought about mistakes. It turned failure just into some sort of moment and no longer an identity. Instead of slowing down and planning, the whole old school thing, measure 5 times, cut once, or measure twice, cut once, we've kind of got rid of that. Because instead of slowing down to plan, we act first and edit later. It's kind of powerful. It lets us experiment, design, and create freely. But it also shifts something deeper. Our relationship with consequence. The permanence of a typewriter forced intention. But the fluidity of undo encourages improv. We move from writing carefully to writing iteratively. From getting it right to fixing it later. Even in our emotional lives, we kind of expect this reversibility. Deleting messages, retracting words. This boundary between doing and undoing has been blurred a little bit. And it's become this digital rehearsal for existing in the space we call the new world. So, what does this change mean? Philosophically, undo flattens time. It collapses the past into this editable present. A world where nothing is final. Psychologists call this counterfactual thinking. Imagining what we could have been if we had chosen differently. But now, we don't just imagine it. We do it. And it's pretty instant. That kind of control rewires how we deal with regret. Instead of processing it, we just delete it. And there's something that's freeing, but also quite dangerous in that, no? When you can erase almost every trace of error, do we still learn from it? Or does the absence of these scars make us more likely to repeat them? Yet, here's the beauty. Undo also invites this notion of play. It lets artists take risks. Writers explore bad ideas. Coders break things on purpose. It creates this psychological cushion. It allows more of this, allow me to get deep here, becoming. Not less responsibility, but more courage. And maybe undo isn't erasing consequence. Maybe it's democratizing creativity. We can acknowledge this eerie side to it. A world where permanence is rare and sincerity, it can be retracted. But I don't think, personally, we should fear it. And undo reminds us that learning actually happens through error, not in spite of it. I think the key here is awareness. Using undo as a tool for expression, not for avoidance. Maybe the real power is not in the ability to erase or to undo. It's actually knowing when not to do it. Because sometimes the things that we don't take back become the stories that shape us.
I invite you to imagine a world where undo works on everything, not just typing on our phone or emails, but on feelings too. A world where you can unsay a fight, unfeel heartbreak, unmake every choice that hurts someone. Would we live without regret, or would it be without growth? And this begs the question, maybe perfection is not what we need. Maybe it's the courage to keep trying, even without hitting undo. I guess I never really thought of it like that. I'm so used to this undo, delete for everyone kind of world. It's time for bed. Check you guys tomorrow.